Welcome to Savvy Canine and Equine Training, where savvy dog owners train less and play more. Charging the clicker. Charging the clicker is the first step that we need to take before getting started. Before we do anything with clicker training exercises, we need to explain to the dog what the clicker is. The way that we do this is called charging or loading the clicker. The idea is to create an association between the click and the treat.
Um, Charging clicker is really the first thing you want to do when you get started with clicker training. You have to introduce the clicker to your dog, and we want them to learn that a clicking noise means that something good is going to happen. And usually we can only really control food consistently, so that's what we start with. Down the line, as your dog gets better, you can reward them with other things: toys, balls, affection, getting in the car, out of the car, getting in the house, out of the house. They're all tough, wonderful environmental rewards that you can use, but the easiest reward for us to control are treats. So that's what we're going to start with.
You will need treats, a clicker, and your dog.
So you need a clicker, some treats, and a dog or cat or pretty much any animal that you want to work with. I also do this with horses. So I have my treat pouch here, and the reason I'm wearing it is because I want you guys to start off with good mechanics. We want to start off with good habits. So to start off with good habits, you want to, I like to start off when I'm introducing a clicker to a dog is putting my hand with the clicker behind my back and have the clicker against it, and then my other hand my back to prevent me from putting my hand in the pouch. If I start putting my hand into the pouch, that becomes a visual cue to the dog, and then guess what? They only pay attention when I'm wearing the pouch. So I click, and I'm going to hand feed a reward. If you're just starting out, counting out 5 to 10 treats and working on those in your first mini session is a great way to start. That way you don't overdo it, but you get in enough to help. So I'm just clicking, and I'm rewarding. Great. So you do that for your 5 to 10. I like to start off with 5 where I hand feed, and this way I can gauge the eagerness of my dog that I'm working with. If you have a dog that is too mouthy or overexcited or getting you with their teeth while you're delivering the treats, this is actually my favorite way to deliver the treats. I click and I toss. Now, the reason I like this is because look what happened. He came back and looked at me to find out if I'm going to do it again. This is a great way to exercise your dog in cold weather, hot weather, indoors, and reinforce the clicker because they get to move around. If you have a nice corridor, you can do this all the way. But it also is a great precursor for some of the other basic behaviors we're going to learn down the line, like checking in. I always want my dog to check in with me to find out what I'm going to do next. Recall. He needs to check in with me when I call him. The touch game, also a fabulous one. Eye contact, if you need that. So there's a lot of really great things that by tossing the treat that you can already kind of unintentionally start training. So again, I'm not clicking him for coming to me. I'm just clicking, and he happens to come back. So I'm taking advantage of that. Great.
2 simple steps. 1. Press the clicker. 2. Give the dog a treat. Repeat 5 to 10 times. Tips. Keep sessions short and have another mini session later in the day. If dog is mouthy or overexcited, toss the treat and wait till he looks towards you before clicking again.
So this is all it is. It's a 2-step process. You click and you deliver the treat. Now, a couple things to talk about the clickers. There are a variety of clickers.
There are all types of clickers. So if you have a dog afraid of the box clickers, you can choose from one of the buttons or one of the mechanical ones which can chirp, beep, or you can just use a word as your marker like good, nice, yes, or you can use a hand signal. For deaf dogs, a thumbs up is very common. Rules to charging clicker. 1. You don't ask your dog to perform any action like sit or down when charging the marker. Your dog is simply learning the meaning of the clicker/marker, which is a click equals reward. 2. Start in a confined area, indoors or in a dog pen. The fewer distractions, the better. 3. Push the clicker without any body movement or gestures. It may help to put your hands behind your back. Move when it is time to deliver the reward. 4. There should be a fraction of a second between giving the click and then moving your hand to reach and deliver the reward. And 5. Click only once. Many people fall into the habit of click, 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 or even to use the clicker multiple times while delivering the reward. Note: a clicker is not to be used to bribe your dog or to get his attention when he is doing something. This is a common mistake for beginners. The clicker is a tool to help with shaping your dog's behavior, and only that. It is not a magic button, a bribe, or a summoning device. Keep the conversation going all week with your peers. Join our free Savvy Canine Club on Facebook. This is an excellent opportunity to share ideas, questions, and get feedback. Or you can reach out to me, Jenny Stieglitz, at savvycanineequinetraining.com.